Greetings Links and welcome back to Warframe, and today we're going to be taking a look at Rhino's Stomp build. Now Rhino Stomp is his fourth ability that basically gives you one of two options. You either kill the enemy or give them some pretty nice CC in the form of knocking them over or keeping them in the air, and you pretty much just keep them pretty controlled. So we're going to go down here. Little quick note, I did not know you could actually put noggles in the middle of the Anasa sculpture. So I have a noggle, I have a clem in the middle of the Anasa sculpture on a circuitry box. So pretty pretty funny little thing you can do if you have the Anasa sculpture. So going over here, go ahead and take a look. So on the Rhino build, I'm focusing mainly on range and strength and efficiency. Not as much power duration, just because you don't need it as much for a reason you'll see in a bit. So what we're going for here, with the damage on Rhino Stomp, we have 1120 damage and a 58.75 meter range. Now I'm aware you can have a lot more damage on there, up to 1600, but with the way I have it built and the way I have it set up in the way I'm going to use it, that is okay. So, and the iron skin is up to 2642.5, which is not bad. So we're gonna go and take a look at the build. With the build, we have a vitality up here for more health, just because health is better than shields, because shields regenerate, health is not unless you are Nidus. Our armored agility for a bit more sprint speed and a bit more armor. Transient fortitude, so you have transient fortitude, power drift, and intensify. For all your power strength, you have overextended, which up to your power range, but lowers your power strength. That's why I put intensify and power drift in there, just to kind of even it out with the power strength. I have streamline in there for more efficiency, so you're able to use this a lot more often. Fleeting expertise for even more efficiency, so again you can use it a lot more often than you usually would be, and stretch for that amazing 235% range. So what I've been testing this on is basically I've been going to Lua's stuff floor on Lua, mainly one, to level up the Tigris Prime, and two, to test this build out. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into a mission of Lua's stuff floor and show off how this works with my build. So I'm gonna jump in, and I will see you guys in the mission. Alright, so coming into the mission here, this is where, armored agility comes in, where you get a little bit more sprint speed than you usually would with Rhino, just because Rhino is a little bit slow at a 0.95 sprint speed. If you have Rhino Prime, that is boosted up to a 0.1, so armored agility will only help that much more. So, running over here, I'm going to pop Iron Skin, so just for a little bit more of a protection, and start this up. So, right away, I'm gonna wait for a couple enemies to spawn, since this Loki here that we're with on accident doesn't seem to have very AoE type weapons. We're gonna be able to have a lot of enemies spawning in, so we go like that. And if the enemies don't die, they will be put into midair, and if after they're put in midair, they will just be knocked down. So with this build, you're able to use this ability quite frequently and with very little energy costs because of the mod setup. So you're going to be able to do, I think it's, what was it? It was 25. It's 25 energy per Rhino Stomp. So you're able to pop this a lot. If you find an energy orb, that makes it even better. So you just use one energy orb and your Rhino Stomp is ready. So do I have? No, I don't have pizzas with me. So wait for some more enemies. And the way this build kind of works is pretty brilliant in the way that it does Banshee levels of map-wide damage. Certain enemies, like for some reason, troopers will resist this a lot more. So get another one in, boom. So yeah, troopers, I think they just have a little bit more. They have a little bit more armor, so they resist that a lot more. We go boom again, that guy dies, everyone else dies, and it kind of just eliminates anyone else that needs to be gone. Kind of the grunt, more the grunt units like the Lancers and Scorpions, all that. And since there is no real I guess, one race you should use this against. This is good for Corpus, Grenier, and Infested, of course. So you can see how this is, and this is also brilliant for focus farming, as it does very wide amounts of damage fairly quickly. So the main thing I was going for here, I was actually I was trying to build for a tanky build, but I also had in my B config, I had a Rhino Stomp build. That was the original one that I was thinking of making a video on, but after I compared the two numbers of the two builds, I noticed that one had a much higher range. So I went ahead and merged the two together, had a little bit of fun with the modding, and well, this was the result, and it seems to be working fairly effectively against every type of enemy. So I mean, I've been testing this pretty highly against some pretty decently leveled enemies. Probably not anything higher than your average level. So stuff like Pluto or the last tree, the Void, I tried to avoid for this while I was testing this. But even when I went over there, it did do some pretty significant damage, and it did stun them, which made it a lot easier to survive. So again, boom, and it just kind of eliminates anything you need to be eliminated on the map. That's what having 235% power range kind of does for you. You just kind of wipe the entire map. And now, if you have the Xeneric passive ability, or you have a EV Trin on your team, you're going to be able to Rhino Stomp pretty frequently, meaning you're going to be dealing a lot of damage and a lot of CC very, very frequently. So as you can see, this is going pretty well. I'm just kind of stomping everywhere, as well as, since I have a pretty decent amount of power strength, it's not the highest, I'm aware, but since I have a pretty decent amount of power strength, my iron skin has not broken once. So we're just going through, I'm kind of just stomping everywhere. It's just kind of like, that's the main idea of this build, is you stomp and they just kind of die pretty easily. If I were to, if I did have like another spot to put something, I would definitely try and increase the power strength a little bit more, just to try and we're here for 5 waves, so I'm just going to leave out right now probably. So since because of the mod setup in this game, I can't really put all the mods in that I wanted to, but if I could, I'd probably try to increase the power strength some other way. I don't know how I could, but if there was a way that I was able to, I would definitely try to do it. Of the mods I know, of the mods I have and the mods I know exist in the game, I don't know if it's possible to get my any more power strength mods, but if there was, I would definitely be doing it. So yeah, that's kind of it for the video, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment down below. It really helps me out. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. If I sound a little tired, I guess, or not repeating things a lot, I guess, it's because it's like 12:41 where I am at night, and I really should be sleeping right now. But you do first. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Shout out to Longingdon, this Frost here. Shout out to him for helping me get my Tigris Prime to rank 30, so I can make a video on it probably tomorrow or the next day. So thanks, dude. I know you're a sub, so thank you.